Plus, your Tyler is back with my Raw review for September 9th, 2024. It was the season premiere of Raw, even though it's like September, and I thought the season premiere should have just been like after WrestleMania, the be all end all, but not according to WWE, unfortunately. But I thought it was a decent episode of Raw, but it was just. Although we got some good news, Raw is going back to 2 hours after Bad Blood next month. Why couldn't they just done that like when the brand split resurrected back in 2016 with Raw? Because yeah, I'm struggling to get through 3 hours of Raw because I was doing this, watching this, and then playing SpongeBob Cosmic Shake the year prior's game. But yeah. This took place in the Scotiabank Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where Bret Hart was here, and yay. Just don't care for him, but anyways, we get a video package of the Y6 and American Made's, 8-person mixed tag street fight, which started off Monday Night Raw, so at least we start off something hot with a street fight where the Y6 defeats American Made. It was a really fun street fight, and the first hour of Raw was no commercials, so there's that. Nikki Cross did a fucking German suplex on Chad Gale. That made me laugh. And the Y6 won this match. Fun and crazy ass street fight. 3.5 I'll give it. Could have been a little better, but yeah. They talk about the huge news about Raw going back to 2 hours. Thank goodness for that. Because, I'm sorry, because I thought Raw should not go back, just shouldn't be 3 hours late. WWE did this with Nitro when they did the 3 hours, but then they went back to 2 hours, but, because, yeah, you see it a lot now. They show what happened they show a video package of what happened last week on Raw, and then Finn Balor calls out Damian Priest. They're going to have a match at Bad Blood. And as soon as this happened, Priest, he had to forget about the old Judgment Day playbook and say he wrote the playbook. I was like, okay, that's actually funny. And then the fucking Judgment Day comes out. They swarm him, and Rhea Ripley comes out. And then with a crutch, although then Liv Morgan does the worst crotch shots ever. It's like, meh. Can this woman ever fucking use a fucking weapon right? Oh, they have a match at Bad Blood also. The good news is not Hell in a Cell, because they're saying the one, for later on, which we'll get to that in a moment. They show what happened 2 weeks ago. Big Boy Braun gets interviewed, then gets interrupted, saying, he's the only man who is Intercontinental Champion. He didn't help his injuries. He won't use that to expose. Nothing can keep the monster down. And then Braun Breaker walks up to Big Boy Braun. And I was like, oh, I like to see this. We're not going to happen. It's not going to happen yet. Then, for the Women's Tag Team Championship, a rematch from Bash in Berlin. I wonder where this is going to lead to. Oh yeah, Bianca Jay retain, of course. Against the Unholy Union. Yeah, fuck this. This was a boring-ass match. One. It was a little slightly better than the Bash in Berlin match, but I still don't care. Then LWO gets interviewed. Dragon Lee is prepared to fight Dirty Dom, and then the fucking Judgment comes out. They'll have a match between Ray and Finn later on in the show. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this never-ending saga between Ray and the Judgment will never fucking end. He should have just stayed on SmackDown. Then Bret Hart appears because they're in Calgary, of course. They talk about, at the end of November will be Survivor Series in Vancouver, which you'll see 4 Survivor Series by that month. And those 4 are 1999, 2000, 2004, and 2006. You know. Then Gunther comes out and talks about his childhood hero, Bret Hart, smirks. The crowd is visually booing him. And then his all-time favorite was Goldberg, which that gotta be there. But we'll save mostly that by Starrcade 1999 between Bret Hart and Goldberg. Sami Zayn comes out, I think this is going to lead to a match at Bad Blood for the World Heavyweight Championship, and yeah, and then there was a brawl, and that's basically it. The Goldberg line got me there, because, for Bret Hart, because of what happened 25 years ago. I'm sorry, but I was never the biggest Bret Hart fan. Never. Anyways, then Pete Dunne gets interviewed. I almost referred to him as Butch, but no. And then he gets attacked by Sheamus, and good storytelling there between Sheamus and Pete Dunne, because there's that. I still understand why Pete Dunne hates Sheamus for the Butch name. And I think of Butch, I think of the black cat from Tom and Jerry. Oh, there I go again with the Tom and Jerry reference, whatever. Dominic defeats Dragon Lee in a decent match. It was decent, but then Liv Morgan just chop block Dragon Lee, and that's how the match ended. And then the match between Ray and Finn, by the way, no one was allowed to interfere in the match. It took them all this fucking time with judgment bullshit. 2 out of 5. I'll give the match, by the way. Regardless, then Jay and Bianca ran into Io and Kyrie up damage control, and oh great. Then he honors Johnny and Matthew Guerrero, some hockey players who die of a car crash, and that person got put in prison, and I was like, I don't care about hockey, really. I mean, yeah, it was an honor for them to do that, but yeah. As soon as I knew it was in Calgary, I was like, oh, it's going to be Natalya being the victory partner. And it was. Her, Selena, and Lyra Valkyria defeats the Pure Fusion Collective. These fucking trios' name is fucking stupid, really. It was whatever. 1.5 I'll give it, and there's that. The commentators are saying that Survivor we know. We already know about that. Then Drew McIntyre is destroying CM Punk's bracelet. It took them. Why couldn't Punk just leave the bracelet at home for that? But regardless, he talks about his first Hollywood movie with Dave Bautista called The Killer's Game. Yeah, he's in there. Then he goes after way better than Bald Eagle. The Raw GM comes out and says him and Punk, or Drew and Punk, will take place at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. And thankfully that's happening. That's like the 4th Bad Blood, by the way, that took place with a Hell in a Cell match. And because he had 97 Hell in a Cell match. 2003, we'll say that by October, Hell in a Cell match. 2004 was a Hell in a Cell match, and now this year that could be Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Then Rey Mysterio fought. There was also a Karen Cross actually with the Miz about to talk about in a run, and Xavier Woods walks, and I was like, what does this have to do with everything? New Day will get a tag title match against the Judgment Day, which give the belts to the New Day, okay? They did nothing with Finn and Jay with the title since they won the fucking belts, okay? Then Damien, oh fucking hell, Rey Mysterio fought Finn Balor. Rey Mysterio beat Finn Balor by disqualification because Finn Balor put a Boston Crab on him, and then the referee disqualifies Finn like that. And then Finn was a bad loser and attacks him afterwards. This might be the worst Rey Mysterio match I ever seen. 1 out of 5. Anyways. Then the main event, a fatal 4 match for the #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship. No shock, Jey Uso won this by defeating Ilya Dragunov, Pete Dunne, and Big Boy Braun. Bronson Reed did show up at the end of the match to splash Braun through the announcer's table, and I'm sorry, but Jey Uso sucks with the spear. I'm sorry, he's the worst to do the spear, really. He wins. He's facing Braun Breaker some point in the future. I'm gonna guess next week. They stare it down. That's how the show ends. The 40 match was fine, but the run was on the wall for Jey Uso winning. 2.5 out of 5. So Raw is going back to 2 hours after Bad Blood, which thank God, because I cannot sit through 3-hour Raws anymore. It started out great, but it ends in a really mushy thing. C minus. That's all I have to say about C minus. So tomorrow will be the 5-Star Wrestling Genesis review. I'll save all that, my anger on that game. Wednesday will be episode 42 of Showdown. And then subscribe, click the notification bell on that one so you will see on Thursday WCW Fall Brawl 1999. Yeah. And Friday will be the first SmackDown on the USA, back on the USA Network, by the way, since 5 years, and move on from there. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel right here, click the notification bell, as well as my secondary channel, Titles, Retro Reviews. You already know. Bye-bye.